Greetings everyone, my name is Gigi, this is Let's Build, where I build a Lego set timed to different media and talk about the facts concerning the topic of the build. Today's build is the Lego Super Mario World Mario and Yoshi versus Super Mario World. The footage I am using for this game is for science, educational, and research purposes. My content is transformative and protected under fair use. All footage is time-lapse with commentary. I apologize in advance for pronouncing names or places incorrectly. Spoilers ahead for Super Mario World. You have been warned. If you want to help me, please give me a like and subscribe. I'm just one person doing these videos after my full-time job, and I'm grateful for every new subscriber. Specifications of the Lego set. Build nostalgia for the delightful visuals from an earlier generation of Super Mario games with this playful Super Mario World Mario and Yoshi display model. A fun Lego Super Mario gift for adults, this Nintendo collectible set features pixelated Mario and Yoshi figures and makes fun room decor for any fan's home or office. Turn the handle to make Yoshi run with Mario on his back, and rotate the dial to make Yoshi's tongue pop in and out. The model includes an action tag, so you can also add a Lego Mario, Lego Luigi, or Lego Peach figure, each sold separately, for an interactive experience. Find building instructions on the Lego Builder app to give every step of your immersive creative experience. Lego Super Mario Collectible Set for Adults. Return to a nostalgic era of side-scrolling Nintendo games with this brick-built Super Mario World Mario and Yoshi model. Pixelated Nintendo figures. Turn the handle at the base of the model to make Yoshi run with Mario on his back, and turn the dial behind Yoshi's head to make his tongue pop in and out. Lego Super Mario Collectible. This building kit is a part of a large assortment of Lego sets for adults, designed for people who enjoy mindful, fun, and creative activities. Measurements. This 1,215-piece display model measures over 15.5 inches high, 10 inches wide, and 4 inches deep, and makes a fun room decor in any Super Mario fan's home or office. Super Mario World history. Having returned peace to the Mushroom World, Mario and Luigi decide to take a leisurely vacation with Princess Peach. They set out for Yoshi's Island in the magical island nation of Dinosaur Land, far to the south. But soon after arriving on the island, Princess Peach suddenly disappears. As Mario and Luigi desperately search for her, they discover a strange egg on the outskirts of the island. This text is taken directly from the instruction booklet. Story continued. Then, before their very eyes, an odd little dragon hatches. The dragon calls himself Yoshi and says, "Monstrous turtles recently appeared here in this dinosaur land. They have used magic to seal my friends inside eggs. I tried to help them, but the turtles are incredibly strong and cast a spell on me too. Will you please come with me to rescue my friends?" From the Lego designers. The images of 2D Mario riding on Yoshi's back from Super Mario World are imprinted in the memories of so many Super Mario fans. It's their shared adventures and friendship that inspired this set. The pixelated nature of Lego tiles lends itself perfectly to capturing the 2D sprites from the classic games, and we designed the moving functions to replicate Mario and Yoshi's animation cycle in the game. The result is a wacky collection of mechanisms that all come to life at the turn of a crank. With Mario on his back, Yoshi can run, swing his arms, nod his head, and stick out his tongue, all while Mario's cap flaps in the wind. Carl, Miriam, and Dier McCabe Lego Super Mario designers. Yoshi is a fictional creature who appears in video games published by Nintendo. Yoshi debuted in Super Mario World in 1990 on the SNES as Mario and Luigi's Steed. Yoshi is the title character of Yoshi series and a supporting character in the Mario franchise. He has appeared in Mario Party and Mario Kart, as well as many Mario sports games. He also appears as a playable character in the crossover fighting game series Super Smash Bros. Yoshi has been well received, with some critics noting that he is one of the most recognizable characters and one of the best sidekicks in video games. Yoshi's image has also appeared on a range of products including clothes and collectibles. Concept and creation. Shigeru Miyamoto, the video game designer at Nintendo credited with inventing the Mario series, had wanted Mario to have a dinosaur companion ever since the first release of Super Mario Bros. However, Nintendo engineers could not add such a character into the game due to the limitations of the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES. The inspiration for Yoshi can be traced back further to the green dragon Tamagon in the 1984 video game Devil World, also designed by Miyamoto. Both are green lizards that hatch from eggs and can eat enemies with their large mouth, and also emit the same noise when they hatch. During the development of Super Mario Bros. 3, Miyamoto had a number of sketches around his desk, including an image of Mario riding a horse. Takashi Tezuka, a Mario series developer, speculated that Miyamoto's love of horse riding as well as country and western themes influenced Yoshi's creation. The concept of Mario riding a dinosaur also came from the NES video game, though almost none of them are actual words. The only known instances that Yoshi was shown to speak in the Super Mario games are Super Mario World, when Mario is introduced to him, and to a lesser extent with the message box at his house. Super Mario Galaxy 2, when he is freed from his egg, and to a lesser extent with the sign at this house. Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, which also has him acting as a translator of various Yoshis. The initial release of Super Mario 64, where he gives Mario a message congratulating him on 120 stars, and Tetris Attack, where he provides tutorials and tips for the players and has more lines than any other character in the game. However, all of these were given in text. In Yoshi's story, Yoshi still says his name, but like the rest of his species, he also uses nonsensical words such as bow-hump and blump, which have no true discernible meaning. However, Yoshi is capable of saying exclamations such as, "Yeah! Oh yeah!" and "Woohoo!" as well as "No!" in various Super Mario spin-offs, although this trait is somewhat rare. Yoshi is known to be capable of saying the word smash, as heard in Mario Power Tennis. In DIC Entertainment's Super Mario World cartoon, Yoshi can speak intelligibly, with his exclamations completely ignored, though he often uses broken grammar and occasionally refers to himself in the third person. Yoshi exhibits the ability to speak intelligibly in Super Mario Kun, where he is depicted as a more childish character. As a result, he is easily excitable and yells frequently. In stark contrast, Yoshi cannot speak fully in Nintendo's Power Super Mario comic series, though most particularly Super Mario Adventures, where he reverts to solely saying his name. However, Friendly Floyd has a translation book of the Yoshi language, so it is somewhat possible to understand what Yoshi is saying. Yoshi also speaks intelligibly in the Club Nintendo comics. In a commercial for Yoshi, Yoshi speaks in meeps, similar to Beaker from The Muppet Show. Nature. In the West, Yoshi is known to be a dinosaur since his introduction in Super Mario World. Luckily, due to dinosaurs being known in Japan as scary dragons, in the original Japanese manual of said game, he was introduced as a dragon, and in the game, Yoshi himself signed his message at Yoshi's house, referring to him as Super Dragon Yoshi. He was referred to as a dinosaur in the Nintendo official guidebook of Super Mario World. Yoshi being a dragon is reconfirmed as well in Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2, and Super Mario Galaxy 2. Since the mission between Pee-wee Piranha's speedrun of Sky Station Galaxy, on the sign that Yoshi has put up, Yoshi states that he is a space dragon. In the Super Mario History booklet, released in 2010, Takashi Tezuka stated that Yoshi was originally supposed to be a type of Koopa. Him possibly being a turtle rather than a dinosaur was then suggested in his official bio of the Kids section of Nintendo Co. Ltd's site, published in 2016. With Tezuka eventually confirming in 2017 an interview about, and reconfirming in 2019 interview about Yoshi's Crafted World, that Yoshi is indeed a turtle. In Mario Kart Tour, several badges that can be obtained by using drivers with a shell can be obtained by using Yoshi, making the first time his having a shell has affected gameplay while indirectly grouping him along the other turtles featured in the game as well. Powers and abilities. Physically, Yoshi is very proficient with jumping and ground pounding abilities, rivaling the capabilities of world-renowned jumper Mario. However, in Super Mario World, Yoshi's jump attacks are much more powerful than Mario's normal jump attack. Yoshi can destroy most enemies in one hit. For instance, a Koopa would be completely destroyed, not sent flying out of its shell. However, this may be due to the combined weight of Mario and Yoshi, as when Yoshi steps on enemies on his own in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, certain enemies behave as normal. Because Yoshi has similar jumping proficiency, Yoshi's jump has the same power as Mario's special spin jump technique. Yoshi is also proficient in the flutter jump technique, allowing him to jump with great horizontal distance. Yoshi can also wall jump like Mario and the rest of the cast. In Super Mario Odyssey, Yoshi can use his tongue to grab walls from afar and cling to them without sliding down. Yoshi is also capable of creating shockwaves with his ground pound, which can be seen when the player uses the team jump technique in Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Yoshi is a speed character in several sporting games, such as the Mario Tennis series, which shows that he is a fast runner. However, he is not particularly fast in every game, such as Super Mario 64 DS, where his speed is the same as Mario and Luigi's, according to the instruction booklet. According to Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, Yoshi is one of the few members of his species who can speak the language of the other characters. However, it seems that this is not his first language, since, as in other games, his statements are translated through parentheses. Unique abilities. The Yoshi species has a unique physiology that lends them access to some unique abilities inaccessible to Mario and his friends. Like other Yoshis, Yoshi has a long tongue that he uses to eat almost anything, even things much larger than himself. Yoshi can transform any enemies and objects he eats into eggs. Despite his egg-laying abilities, Yoshi is considered male in most regions. However, Shigeru Miyamoto has gone on record and stated he is not sure if Yoshi is male or female. It could be that Yoshi does not officially have an assigned gender, as the original Japanese does not use gender pronouns. However, on several occasions that he has dialogue, such as his rescue in Super Mario World and the story mode of Mario Party 3, he uses the masculine pronoun boku in the Japanese versions. The eggs that Yoshis lay after consuming something can then be used as projectile weapons. In Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, and Yoshi's Island DS, Yoshi can keep up to 6 eggs at a time or up to 4 Huffin' Puffins, which return to him, similar to a boomerang, and are renewable. These eggs can also hatch into items, and as such, Yoshi can transform things that he eats into other objects. For example, in Super Mario World, after Yoshi eats an enemy, 1 coin is added to Mario's coin total. Yoshi can also transform berries into eggs. However, instead of using them as projectiles, these eggs can break apart and reveal items, including super mushrooms and Yoshi clouds that drop bonus coins. In Super Mario RPG, Yoshi can eat enemies to produce eggs that can break apart to reveal a variety of helpful and often rare items. In Super Mario Galaxy 2, Yoshi can eat enemies to produce star bits. Yoshi has a hard time swallowing Koopa shells. In fact, in Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, Yoshi has to spit out Koopa shells before he can eat another enemy. In Super Mario World, Yoshi can swallow a Koopa shell but can also use it to boost his own abilities. While Yoshi can only spit out a green shell, he can instead shoot 3 large fireballs after ingesting a red shell. A yellow shell allows Yoshi to create sand clouds whenever he jumps and hits the ground, destroying nearby enemies. A blue shell provides one of the 2 ways to turn Yoshi into his winged Yoshi form, allowing him to fly for a limited amount of time. However, if a shell is left in Yoshi's mouth for too long, he inevitably swallows the shell and, as such, loses any abilities he possessed at this moment. Alternate forms. Throughout the games, Yoshi has acquired a variety of alternate forms to help him combat his foes. Most of these transformations are a result of special morph bubbles that can transform Yoshi into a helpful vehicle. Personality. Yoshi has a very similar personality to Mario, being brave and kind, albeit underdeveloped. Yoshi is a friendly individual who always lends a helping hand to those in need. He can be considered a hero and has helped his friends, defeated Bowser, and saved his island more than once. He is also very courageous, allowing him to stand and fight enemies much larger than himself, including Yube, an enlarged Bowser, Neppy Nuts, Tap Tap the Golden, and the gigantic form of Baby Bowser. As a result of this courage, Yoshi often takes on a leadership position of the Yoshi clan. Although Yoshi has no official political status, unlike the village leader from the Lava Lava Island. In fact, when Yoshi is offered a leadership position in Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, the humble character declines the position. Like Mario, Yoshi has a large appetite, to the point of outright gluttony. While Yoshi eats mostly fruits, mainly melons, he eats almost anything, including enemies, except peppers and certain inedible enemies. In Volume 3 of Super Mario Kun, Yoshi gets hurt and begins to cry while red liquid is seen. It turns out to be juice from Yoshi's fruit, to which he glumly states, "What a waste." Relationships. Mario and Yoshi. Yoshi is one of Mario's closest friends, with their relationship stretching back to Mario's birth, when Yoshi helped reunite the newborn baby Mario with his kidnapped brother, baby Luigi. Mario, as an adult, has returned the favor in Yoshi's new island by handing Yoshi powerful items if Yoshi is struggling in levels. Later, Mario helps free Yoshi's homeland from Bowser in Super Mario World. Mario and Yoshi share loyalty to one another, with Yoshi often aiding Mario on his journeys by acting as his steed. This relationship is more pronounced in Super Mario Kun. While Mario and Yoshi are great friends, Yoshi often makes mistakes, much to Mario's annoyance, such as in Volume 1 where Yoshi eats a map, so the two frequently bicker. Despite this, when Yoshi is in danger, even when he is manipulated, Mario risks himself to save Yoshi, shown in Volume 23. Super Smash Bros. Brawl takes Yoshi's relationship to a more negative level, since he and Link aggressively attack Mario and Pit for defeating Zelda, who was a false clone trying to turn the former duo into trophies. Similarly, when Yoshi and Link defeat the false Peach, Mario misinterprets them as defeating the real Peach, so he decides to fight the duo, with Pit following suit. However, Yoshi and Mario realize the error of their ways and team up to fight Taboo and the Subspace Army. Yoshi and Luigi are also good friends and allies, although their chemistry in the Mario Baseball series is neutral. In the Super Mario World TV show, Luigi is the one who finds Yoshi, who initially believes him to be his mama, with Luigi even continuing to act as a parental figure of sorts, and Luigi is known to tell him bedtime stories. This aspect of their relationship is unique to the TV show, however. Other characters Yoshi is friends with include Princess Peach and Toad, and he is also on good terms with Donkey Kong more often than not. He has a neutral relationship with Wario, as Yoshi saved Wario when he was a child. Yoshi and Birdo are partnered up in various spin-offs and sports games, and it has been implied that they are romantically involved. They are seen nuzzling each other on the title screen of Mario Tennis and on the official Japanese site for Mario Kart Double Dash. The description for Birdo states that she appears to be Yoshi's girlfriend, but is it actually his boyfriend? Yoshi has been shown to get along with his rabid counterpart, since they are willing to cooperate to save the Mushroom Kingdom from the Metabug's grasp. Yoshi and Rabid Yoshi also slide on their tails, store their weapons in their mouths, and use rumble bangs as their primary weapons, which shows Rabid Yoshi's respect and admiration for the real Yoshi, as well as Yoshi's appreciation for being idolized by someone. Yoshi is shown to get along with Link, since they have worked together to fend off Taboo's forces and save the world of trophies from ultimate destruction. Yoshi and Link both show heroic behavior, since they defeat False Peach to save Mario and Pit, though the latter duo has a miscommunication. Yoshi's loyalty toward Link is unwavering, since he joins him in the fight against Mario and Pit for defeating Zelda, though he later learns that their battle was a misunderstanding as well. Enemies. Kamek is one of Yoshi's most persistent enemies. Kamek, a devoted follower of Bowser, views Yoshi and his friends as a major threat and attempts multiple times to hinder their progress to save baby Luigi. He often transforms normal enemies into bosses, but he additionally kidnaps the stork several times. Kamek, prior to a boss fight, frequently insults Yoshi and his friends, such as calling Yellow Yoshi an overgrown lizard. With a condescending tone, he threatens or tries to trick Yoshi to give baby Mario to him. Bowser, who has close ties to Kamek, is also one of Yoshi's major enemies. When Bowser is a baby, he often causes trouble for the Yoshis, ranging from stealing cookies to kidnapping the Super Happy Tree. While baby Bowser once teamed up with the Yoshis and the other babies in Yoshi Island DS, he eventually betrays them in the end in favor. Yoshi, without Mario's direct aid, has also faced against and defeated adult Bowser several times, such as in Yoshi's Topsy-Turvy, Yoshi's Island DS, and Yoshi's New Island. Profile and statistics. Yoshi's bios typically describe him as Mario's friend and ally, as well as mentioning his long tongue, egg-laying abilities, flutter jump, and big appetite for fruits and enemies. Yoshi, in most Super Mario games, is classed as an acceleration-type character. He also has been classed as a speed-type character in some games, such as the Mario Tennis series and Mario Baseball series. Like Mario, Yoshi has occasionally been classified as a balanced character, such as in Mario Hoops 3-on-3, where he is classified as an all-around type character, and in Mario Super Strikers and Mario Strikers Charged, where he appears as a balanced captain. In Mario Strikers Battle League, he appears as an offensive type character with high shooting and passing attributes. In the Mario Kart series, Yoshi is classified as either a lightweight or middleweight character. Yoshi's most often associated color scheme is green, although he has been occasionally associated with orange, yellow, or blue. His logo is a green-spotted Yoshi egg. Appearances. Yoshi first appeared in 1990 Super Mario World as a rideable companion to Mario. Yoshi makes a minor cameo in Super Mario 64, where he is found on the roof of Peach's castle after Mario collects all 120 Power Stars, where he delivers a message from the developers and rewards Mario with 100 extra lives and an improved triple jump. Yoshi is one of the primary protagonists and the first playable character in Super Mario 64 DS. Yoshi returns as a mount in Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Bros. Wii, Super Mario Bros. U, and Super Mario Galaxy 2. Yoshi also appears in Super Mario Odyssey as a capturable character. He may be found on top of Princess Peach's castle, and the player may employ his characteristic flutter jump and eating powers if captured. Yoshi appears in Super Mario Bros. Wonder as a playable character, with red, yellow, and blue variants. The Yoshis have the flutter jump ability, along with the ability to be ridden by other players. In the Yoshi series, Yoshi's initial appearance in the Yoshi series was the puzzle game Yoshi, where he counted the number of eggs hatched on the side of the screen. In another puzzle game, Yoshi's Cookie, Yoshi appears as a character in Versus mode. Yoshi appears alongside Mario as a playable character in Yoshi's Safari, where they must defeat Bowser and save Jewelry Land. Yoshi is the protagonist of Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, acting as the caretaker of baby Mario. The next Yoshi game, Yoshi's Story, has the Yoshi's world turned into a storybook with 6 Yoshis as the protagonists. Kamek and Bowser travel back in time in Yoshi's Island DS and kidnap all of the Mushroom Kingdom's youngsters, only to have some escape and join Yoshi in a journey to save the other kids. Alongside the Baby-O Mario Brothers in Yoshi's New Island, a prequel to Yoshi's Island DS. Yoshi's next 2 games feature the character made of wool. Yoshi's Woolly World, Yoshi and Red Yoshi must save Craft Island from Kamek and Baby Bowser. The sequel, Yoshi's Crafted World, has the Yoshis collecting the broken pieces of the Sundream Stone. Yoshi is also the protagonist of the game Yoshi and the Mystery Book, scheduled to launch in spring of 2026, in which Yoshi finds a magical book containing information about unusual creatures, so he decides to jump in and investigate. Other Super Mario games. Yoshi has appeared in nearly all of the Mario spin-off games, including every game in the Mario Kart and Mario Party series to date, as a playable character. Yoshis have also made appearances in multiple Mario sports games, such as Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, Mario Super Sluggers, Super Mario Strikers, and Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Yoshi appeared as a supporting cast member in Mario is Missing for the NES, SNES, and MS-DOS in '93. The Yoshi species makes its Paper Mario series debut in the 5th chapter of Paper Mario, when Mario comes across a village of Yoshis. In the sequel, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, Mario rescues a Yoshi egg that hatches into a baby Yoshi, who then joins his team during the 3rd chapter of the game and can be named upon doing so. He also appears in Mario and Luigi: Partners in Time. Yoshi is a playable character in Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, being unlocked after fighting Mecha Jr. in the lava pit. In other media, Yoshi makes a cameo appearance in Metal Gear, Twin Snakes, and Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. In Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, Yoshi and Mario appear as dolls that stand on a desk. Additional video game series in which Yoshi has made a cameo appearance include The Legend of Zelda series, Link's Awakening, and Ocarina of Time, as a collectible doll and as a framed photo in Hyrule Castle. Yoshi is the main character in the English localization of Tetris Attack. Yoshi appears as a playable character in every installment of the Super Smash Bros. Series. Yoshi's moveset is mostly consisting of kicks, headbutts, tail attacks, and tongue grabs. The animated series, Super Mario World, features Yoshi as a regular character, voiced by Andrew Sebastian. Yoshi is featured in the Super Mario Adventures comic serial printed in Nintendo Power. The Nintendo Adventure books and the '93 Super Mario Bros. Film, in taking the form of a realistic animatronic dinosaur, Yoshi is King Koopa's pet that later joins Princess Daisy's side. Yoshi first debuts in the first volume of Super Mario Kun, and has since become a frequent companion to Mario. Additionally, Yoshi makes an off-screen vocal cameo in the Super Mario Bros. Movie during the post-credits scene, with archival audio of Kazumi Totaka being utilized. Yoshi is featured prominently within the Universal Destinations and Experience immersive Super Nintendo World areas, appearing in the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge attraction, and the Universal Studios Japan iteration of the land features a Yoshi's Adventure attraction that is themed to the Yoshi's Island series. Promotion and reception. Yoshi is one of the most recognizable characters in the Mario series and is featured in a myriad of Mario merchandise such as toys, shirts, and figures. Yoshi also appeared in 2 Happy Meal promotions of Mario toys, which only featured Mario, Donkey Kong, and Yoshi. Yoshi was also one of the 12 initial amiibo figures. As part of the release of Yoshi's Woolly World, Yoshi amiibo made out of yarn are either bundled with the game or sold separately. In addition to the regular-sized green, pink, and light blue yarn Yoshi amiibos, an 8-inch tall green Mega Yarn Yoshi has also been released. Since debuting in Super Mario World, Yoshi has received largely positive reception. An article in Electronic Gamely Monthly commented, "Maybe it was the undeniable dino charm. Maybe it was the unsatiable appetite that put fellow foe-eater Kirby to shame. Or maybe it was the status of being Mario's newest best buddy." Whatever the reason, gamers took an immediate liking to Yoshi and his multicolored kin when Super Mario World hatched him into the pantheon of classic game characters. The 2011 issue of Guinness World Records Gamer Edition ranked Yoshi at 21st place in the list of top 50 video game characters of all time, making him the second highest ranked Mario character on the list, of which Mario himself is ranked first. In a poll conducted in 2008, Yoshi was voted as third favorite video game character in Japan, with Cloud Strife and Mario placing second and first, respectively. Game Trailers created a special tribute video for Yoshi for the release of Super Mario Galaxy 2. Yardbarker included Yoshi in their most memorable characters from old-school Nintendo games, stating that Yoshi began life in Super Mario World. However, the dinosaur with the lengthy tongue has swiftly spun off into his own video games. There's Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's Cookie, and more. Yoshi is off doing his own thing a lot of the time. Chris Carter of Destructoid described Yoshi along with Poochie as cute as hell in the Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World promotion. Yoshi was voted one of the finest dinosaurs of pop culture by Jim Vorel of Paste, who stated that Yoshi has been a fan favorite since he first appeared alongside Mario on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. That's why he's the most famous dinosaur in the world. Yoshi was also praised for being the best video game sidekick. GameSpy ranked Yoshi as the 7th best video game sidekick, above Luigi, by reasoning that only Yoshi can pull off being green and still be cool. Complex ranked Yoshi at 4th place among the 25 most kick-ass dragons in video games, adding Yoshi would have to be one of the best sidekicks of all time. Australia's official Nintendo magazine called Yoshi a cute, trustworthy, and plumber's best friend, and compared Yoshi's loyalty to that of a dog. Yoshi is ranked at 52nd place on Game Radar's Top 100 Video Game Heroes. 4,228 gamers from all over the world were asked to choose their favorite, most loved sidekick characters in video games. Yoshi from Super Mario World came in top place and was voted the most popular sidekick character with 71% of the voting. Yoshi was included in IGN's The Best Video Game Wingman Ever, stating that, always ready to give his plumber friend a ride, Yoshi doesn't shy away from putting in the extra effort, whether that means holding a Koopa shell in his mouth for an entire level, or kicking his feet to get a little extra air during a jump. Yoshi has Mario's back. Yoshi has been named one of the best supporting characters in video games by Kevin Wong of Complex, stating that Yoshi has everything Mario and Luigi need in a sidekick: a monstrous appetite, boots that can walk on munchers, and the ability to breathe fire, fly, and cause earthquakes, depending on the Koopa shell's color. You have to love a sidekick that hatches with a built-in saddle. Alyssa Mercante of Games Radar also included Yoshi in their list of 10 best video game animal companions, stating that Yoshi is another companion that has achieved a level of fame virtually unrivaled by video game sidekicks. Yoshi committed tax fraud, an internet meme that began in May 2018, is a reference to jokes about Yoshi dodging taxes. Super Mario World is a platform game developed and published by Nintendo for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or SNES, also known as SNES. It was initially released in Japan in 1990, followed by releases in North America in 91 and PAL territories in 92. The player controls Mario on his quest to save Princess Peach and Dinosaur Land from the series' antagonist Bowser and the Koopalings. The gameplay is similar to that of earlier Super Mario games. Players control Mario through a series of levels in which the goal is to reach the goal post at the end. Super Mario World introduces Yoshi, a rideable dinosaur who can eat enemies and spit some of them out as projectiles. Nintendo Entertainment Analysis and Development developed the game, led by director Takashi Tezuka and producer and series creator Shigeru Miyamoto. It is the first Mario game for the SNES and was designed to make the most of the console's technical features. The development team had more freedom compared to the series installments for the NES. Yoshi was conceptualized during the development of the NES games, but was not used until Super Mario World due to hardware limitations. Super Mario World is often considered one of the best games in the series, and is cited as one of the greatest video games ever made. It sold more than 20 million copies worldwide, making it the best-selling SNES game. It also led an animated television series and a 1995 prequel, Yoshi's Island. The game has been re-released on multiple occasions. It was part of a '94 compilation, Super Mario All-Stars and Super Mario World, for the SNES, and was re-released for Game Boy Advance as Super Mario World, Super Mario Advance 2 in 2001. On the Virtual Console for Wii, Wii U, and Nintendo 3DS consoles, and is a part of the Super NES Classic Edition. Both the SNES and the GBA versions were re-released for Nintendo Switch as part of the Nintendo Classics service. Gameplay: Super Mario World is a 2D side-scrolling platform game in which the players control Mario or Luigi, the protagonists of the game. The game has similar gameplay to earlier games in the Super Mario series, Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 2, and Super Mario Bros. 3, but introduces new elements. As well as dashing and jumping, the player can also fly or float with the aid of the Cape Feather and P-Balloon, and can execute the new spin jump move, which allows the player to crush enemies, bounce off normally invulnerable ones safely, or break certain blocks, with the latter only being possible if the player has a power-up active. The game has 96 level exits in total. The player navigates through the game via two game screens, an overworld map and a side-scrolling map. The overworld map displays an overhead presentation of the current world and has several paths leading from the world's entrance to a castle. Paths connect to action panels, fortresses, ghost houses, castles, and other map icons, allowing players to take different routes to reach the world's goal. Moving to the on-screen character to an action panel or castle grants access to that course. The majority of the game takes place in 2D linear levels, populated with obstacles and enemies, which involves the player traversing the stage by dashing, jumping, or dodging, or defeating enemies. The player is given a number of lives, which are lost if Mario comes into contact with an enemy while small, falls off the screen, gets crushed, touches lava, or runs out of time. The game ends when the player runs out of lives, although the player can continue from the most recent save point, a successfully completed castle, fortress, or haunted house, by selecting Continue. Each world features a final stage with a boss to defeat. Each of the 7 worlds features fortresses controlled by one of the Koopalings, and the player also battles Bowser in his castle in the 7th and final world. Super Mario World includes a multiplayer option which allows 2 players to play the game by alternating turns at navigating the overworld map and accessing stage levels. The first player controls Mario, while the second player controls his brother Luigi. In addition to the power-ups from previous games, such as Super Mushroom and Fire Flower, Super Mario World has a new power-up named the Cape Feather, which gives Mario a cape and the ability to fly, and the use of the cape as a sail. The game also introduces the ability to store an extra power-up in a box at the top center of the screen. For example, if the player obtains a Fire Flower or Cape Feather, then a Super Mushroom will appear in the box. Collecting a star grants Mario temporary invincibility from minor damage. However, it does not protect the player from falling into lava or off the screen, nor if the player runs out of time. If Mario gets hit by an enemy, the stored item in the box will automatically drop. Alternatively, the player can manually release the stored item at any time. The game introduces Yoshi, a dinosaur companion Mario can ride who is able to eat most enemies. If Yoshi attempts to eat a Koopa or its shell, he can spit it out and fire it at enemies. If the player fails to spit out the shell within a certain amount of time, Yoshi will swallow it, rendering it useless. When holding any Koopa shell in his mouth, Yoshi gains the ability that corresponds to its color. A blue shell enables Yoshi to fly. A yellow shell causes him to emit dust clouds that defeat nearby enemies, and a red shell allows him to produce 3 fireballs that defeat enemies. Flashing Koopa shells produce all 3 abilities, while green shells produce none. The default Yoshi is green, but the game also has hidden blue, yellow, and red Yoshis. The player can obtain each colored Yoshi by finding its egg in the Star World areas and feeding it either 5 enemies, a Super Mushroom, a Fire Flower, a Cape Feather, or a Starman, causing the baby Yoshi to mature. Although the main objective is to navigate through 7 worlds to reach the end of the game, the player can beat the game much faster by using secret Star Road routes. To access Hidden World, the player needs to find keys scattered throughout the game's levels. When a key is found, it must be brought to a keyhole to unlock either a new level or a Star Road. Exploring these secret stages can lead to other stages, such as the Special World. Completion of the Special Zone permanently changes some of the enemy's sprites and alters the overworld map's color scheme. Plot. The plot of Super Mario World is detailed in the instruction booklet. After bringing peace to the Mushroom World in Super Mario Bros. 3, the brothers Mario and Luigi decide to go on vacation with Princess Toadstool to a place called Dinosaur Land, a prehistoric-themed world swarming with dinosaurs and other enemies. While resting on the beach, the princess is captured by Bowser. When Mario and Luigi wake up, they try to find her and, after hours of searching, come across a giant egg in the forest. It suddenly hatches, and out of it comes a young dinosaur named Yoshi, who tells them his dinosaur friends have also been imprisoned in eggs by Bowser's kids, the evil Koopalings. Mario and Luigi soon realize that Bowser's forces must have captured Toadstool as well. Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi set out to rescue the princess and Yoshi's dinosaur friends, traversing through Dinosaur Land for Bowser and his Koopalings. To aid him, Yoshi gives Mario a cape as they begin their journey. Bowser receives news of Mario and Luigi's approach and dispatches his Koopalings to dispose of them. After the brothers defeat the children and rescue Yoshi's friends, they eventually reach Bowser's castle, where they fight him in a final battle. They send Bowser flying into the sky and save Princess Toadstool, restoring peace to Dinosaur Land. Development. The game was directed by Takashi Tezuka, while Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of both Super Mario and The Legend of Zelda, served as producer. Shigefumi Hino took the role of graphics designer. Nintendo Entertainment Analysis and Development handled the development with a team of 15 people, including 3 main programmers and a character designer, most of whom had worked on past Super Mario titles. In a retrospective interview, the core team said that Miyamoto wielded the most authority during development. In an interview with Touch magazine, then Nintendo president Hiroshi Yamauchi pointed out that sales of the Famicom were slowly dropping ever since its peak about 2 years earlier, and that if they continued supporting it, players would eventually get bored and move on in favor of better quality games, which would be a dangerous situation for them. Super Mario World was the first Mario series game developed for the then upcoming Super Nintendo Entertainment System, SNES. As such, the team anticipated some difficulty in working with new and more advanced hardware. According to Tezuka, the software tools were not yet fully developed, and the team had to go along with starting something new. Miyamoto acknowledged the team no longer had restrictions on certain mechanics, such as scrolling and the number of colors they could implement. As a hardware experiment, the team ported Super Mario Bros. 3 to the SNES. However, it felt like the same game to them, despite the improved colors and sprites. After that, Miyamoto realized the team's goal would be to use the new hardware to create something totally new. Seeing the potential of the new capabilities present in the SNES, development of a 4th Super Mario installment began in October 1988, shortly after the release of Super Mario Bros. 3. About a month later, the team began to implement and test ideas that were impossible for the 3rd installment due to hardware limitations. Miyamoto said that he wanted Mario to have a dinosaur companion ever since Super Mario Bros., but Nintendo engineers could not add such a character into the game due to the limitations of the NES, or NES. The inspiration for Yoshi can be traced back even further. Miyamoto designed a green dragon for the 1984 game Devil World, which shared many similarities to Yoshi. During the development of Super Mario Bros. 3, Miyamoto had a number of sketches around his desk, including an image of Mario riding a horse. As development of Super Mario World progressed, the team opted to set the game in a dinosaur land. So Tezuka asked the designer Shigefumi Hino to draw a reptile-like creature based on Miyamoto's sketches. Hino originally produced a design that Tezuka deemed too reptilian and didn't really fit into the Mario world, so he encouraged the designer to create a cuter character. Tezuka speculated that Miyamoto's love of horse riding, as well as country and western themes, influenced Yoshi's creation. Reflecting on how he had created different melodies for Super Mario Bros. 3, composer Koji Kondo decided to reuse the same themes for Super Mario World, albeit in a rearranged form. By doing this, he assumed players would be able to recognize the same melodies while exposing them to new variations of music as they progressed through the game. As Super Mario World was the first game developed for the SNES, Kondo felt overjoyed at being able to compose music by using 8 sounds at once. To express the technological novelty of the new console, he used several different instruments, implementing them all one after the other in the game's title song. As development progressed, Kondo grew concerned over how people would react to his unusual combinations of instruments, as he noted the use of more traditional square waves and triangle waves had gained acceptance with consumers. For the game's sound effects, Kondo decided to use a variety of musical instruments, as opposed to the square waves, to emphasize that the game used traditional technology with a hybrid of new materials. It took Kondo around 1.5 years to write all the music for the game. Super Mario World was officially unveiled in the first Shoshinkai event on July 28, 1989, during a press release. While the technological advancements were found impressive, it was still too similar to the previous Super Mario installments in terms of gameplay and graphics. Nintendo also announced that they were forced to delay the release of the game to the fall of 1990, since the team struggled with the new console and its software tools, which were still under development at the time, to refine their planned concepts so controls would be more player-friendly, which were still under development at the time. Refine their planned concepts so their controls could be more player-friendly, and the global chip shortage slowing down the Super Famicom's production schedule. The game was exhibited again in the second Shoshinkai event between August 28th to the 29th in 1990. The demonstration garnered positive results by the public in terms of gameplay. Super Mario World was produced during the console wars, a result of the rivalry between Nintendo's SNES and Sega's 2-year-old Mega Drive system, which outsold the console and led to an intense competition between the two. Being the first time since December of '85, Nintendo did not lead the market, though it eventually overtook Sega. Sega's mascot, Sonic the Hedgehog, was seen by many as a faster and cooler alternative to Mario. Release: Super Mario World was released in Japan on November 21st, 1990, under the name Super Mario World Super Mario Bros. 4. It was one of 2 launch games for the SNES in Japan, along with F-Zero. The game was released in North America on the 23rd of August, 1991. Nintendo also issued a version for arcade cabinets, so players could try the game before buying it. Growing up, I never owned Super Mario World, but my best bud from school did. Whenever we hung out at her house, it was one of the games we would take turns playing if we were inside, which meant it either had to be raining or dark outside or both. This is the first time playing in decades, so as soon as the Lego set was released, I knew Super Mario World was the only game to play with this build, so I resisted the urge to play it when I was going through the classic games for the other Super Mario builds. The build itself was enjoyable and the movement is smooth. Total build time, 3 hours, 15 seconds. Which means you could watch the 1993 film Super Mario Bros. At 104 minutes, Super Mario World Mario and Yoshi's Adventure Land at 28 minutes, and 4.5 episodes of the Super Mario World TV series as part of the Captain N and New Super Mario show. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Remember to like, subscribe, share, ring that bell, all the things for the YouTubes. Thank you.